Hey guys, this is Alyssa with the Orem Fitness Center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be leading you on a fun little yoga practice so we can find a little bit of joy in our mats and our homes. So thank you for joining me today. If you want to grab some props, you can use maybe like a thick book instead of a block, or a block if you have it. But you really don't need anything but yourself and only this much space. So we'll have some fun, we'll breathe together, connect with each other just through our hearts in our own homes today. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started. We will start seated, so come on down, take a comfortable seat on the mat, and just take a couple moments here to settle into our practice, to our space. So as you come down, if you feel a little uncomfortable, grab that blanket, maybe even a cushion or pillow to sit on. We'll be here, we'll start seated. We'll take a few moments here, do a little breath work and warm up. So you come down, bring your hands to your knees or onto your lap, whatever feels best. Go ahead and close your eyes. If you'd rather not close your eyes, you just gaze softly down the bridge of your nose. So just shifting gears from whatever else is going on right now, shift into yoga mode, a little self-care mode, right? It's so important that we continue to take care of ourselves when we feel a little out of control or stressed, right? So we can take this time for ourselves now, 45 minutes to an hour, to just kind of reset, focus on our breath, move, some endorphins going on. All right, so we'll begin here by just checking in, noticing how we feel physically. Okay, our bodies really store a lot of that stress, a lot of emotion, so we're going to work through that today. Hopefully you feel better physically and emotionally when we're done with our practice today. So just checking in without really judging how we feel is good or bad. We're just noticing, kind of giving ourselves a place to take note of as we start, so we can compare at the end of practice and notice benefits, hopefully. So checking in physically, and we'll check in emotionally, see how we're doing today. So you'll start to just bring awareness to everywhere that you feel your body connecting to the mat or the floor beneath you. So bringing that awareness to the sit bones, the base of the spine, the outside, back of the thighs, edges of the feet. You want to just imagine that your body is really heavy, connected to the floor beneath you. And start to kind of cultivate that sense of being really supported and held, right? Safe here in this space. Feel your hands heavy on your knees or in your lap, wherever they're resting. You feel the shoulders heavy as they relax down away from the ears. You even feel the jaw start to settle and relax. To oppose that energy, we'll start to find lightness in the body. Okay, so starting with the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, right? So that base of the spine, start to find a light lift there, right? And then energy moving up, low belly sweeping in and up toward the spine. Feel that space in between each bone of the spine as you get a little bit taller here. And then reaching all the way up through the crown of the head toward the sky. And take a couple breaths together now. So wherever you are at in your breath, exhale, empty out completely. Take a slow breath now in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Slow breath in. exhale. Again, inhale. So now we're just creating this rhythm to the breath. And exhale, we're going to try to keep that going all through class. And so keeping the breath going that way, we'll bring our hands into heart center. And next, inhale, reach the arms straight up overhead. And then we'll exhale, hands back to heart center. So just starting to connect really simple movement with our breath. Inhale, reach up. You can be taking this at your own pace. It might be a little slower or faster than my breath. Inhale, reach up, keeping the palms and fingertips pressing. And this time on the exhale, we'll separate the hands, lower the arms out and down to the sides. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms meet. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, up. And exhale, lower the arms down. And go one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. With this inhale, we'll reach up. Big, happy stretch here. Like you're waking up for the first time today. There's energy in the fingers. And then on the exhale, we'll come into an easy forward fold. So just reaching the arms out in front of you as far as it feels comfortable. Don't worry if your hands don't go out super far. It's okay if they're in close to your body still. But wherever you're at, you're trying to find a nice big tuck in the chin so you feel that stretch all the way down the spine, all the way down to the base of the tailbone. So you might even press into the hands, press into the fingertips a little bit. There's a bit of resistance as you actively reach the tailbone down to the floor. And more length in the back here, more space for breath. So as you settle into this pose, into this first fold of class, this is a nice place to explore some gentle movement. So it might feel nice here to gently rock side to side, or maybe walk your hands over from one side to the other. So you'll notice that we don't have any music in this class today, so please feel free to play any music that you'd like. Make sure the breath is still strong and steady here. Breath is always good enough instead of music if that's all you have. Let the sound of your breath be louder than the sound of your thoughts. We'll slowly start to walk the fingers, hands back in toward the body, and again, reach all the way up, that nice energetic stretch here. Big breath in, and then with the exhale, we'll come into an easy twist. Whichever way it feels best, we'll go both ways. So once you come into this twist, right, we're not really forcing anything yet, kind of just starting to warm up and energize the spine. And if you'd like here, it might feel nice to add some gentle neck rolls. And so just kind of feeling it out. What does your body need today? We learn to listen. Our bodies will tell us what we need, how far we should go. Okay, when we need to push ourselves or when we should back off a little bit. The next exhale here, you want to twist just a little deeper, maybe looking back behind you. And then on your inhale, unwind, reach all the way up again. Big breath in here. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. And if you did before, adding those neck rolls. One more like that, nice big breath in, and then with your exhale, you'll twist just a little bit deeper. And unwind, we're gonna come right over onto hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position. So a quick check in here, we want energy in the hands, the fingers are spread nice and wide. And there is a micro bend in the elbows here. So we're not locking out or hyperextending the elbows. We're keeping them nice and soft so energy can flow, and we're using muscular energy here to support our bodies. So as you press into your hands, you'll start to find a little bit of space in between the shoulder blades. Back of the neck is nice and long, and then we're really actively engaging the deepest muscles of our core. So you want to think about the transverse abdominis, these muscles that hold us in like a corset, so wrapping around from the back to the front, and then we have that pelvic floor engagement, so everything is working, front, back, bottom and top. A nice capsule holding us all in nice and strong here. Okay, so once you find that and that nice long spine, let's start to move through cat-cow. So with the next inhale, lift the tailbone, we'll pull the shoulders down and lift the chin. And exhale, round your spine, press into your hands, tuck your chin. Then just start to move back and forth with your own breath. Okay, let each breath be full. You're giving yourself time to breathe in all the way with each inhale. Breathe out every last drop of breath with the exhale. Good, one more round like that. Meeting back with a neutral spine now. We're going to switch it up just a little bit. So we're just going to add a little pelvic scoop here. So you'll tuck your toes under. Okay, same thing on the inhale. Belly is soft. Then as you exhale, we're really exaggerating that, tucking the tailbone and reaching the heels, hips back over the heels. Almost like you're going to lower down to child's pose, but not quite. So keep going with the breath. Let's do one more. Holding it here in this hover, you should feel a really great stretch in the low back, which might be a little bit of tight from maybe doing more sitting than we're used to. Good, now release down to child's pose. So you can take the inside of the big toes together, take your knees as wide apart as you like, and then lower the upper body all the way down for Balasana. So you let your head, forehead, heart just melt down for the floor. If you're more comfortable, you can reach the arms back by your sides. I like to do a little stack of my hands or forearms and rest here. So close your eyes and listen to the sound of your breath. Sometimes it's really helpful to actually count out the breath. So maybe an inhale of 3 or 4 seconds long, and then you'll try to match the length of the exhale with the length of the inhale. Okay, and the breath is one of the most tangible tools that we have for actually calming the nervous system. So this is something that you can access all the time. You don't have to be doing a yoga class to just stop and breathe. Do that counted breath. Sometimes the breath is all we can control, right? All right, so from child's pose, we're going to come back up to hands and knees. Again, finding that engagement of the core, the length in the spine. Those active hands. Now you might just stay here. You could do a ton of work, just working on like the bandhas, the core activation, all of that in tabletop. If you need a little more, we'll float the right hand out in front, trying to keep shoulders level, hips level to the mat as we do so. You're breathing here. More still, you'll reach the left leg back behind you. You're going to move in and out for a few breaths. Deep breath in here and exhale. Elbow and knee come in toward the nose. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. And exhale, round. Let's reach out now, finding that length in the spine. Stay here. Work on the balance, or for fun, you reach that right hand around. See if you can find your left foot. If you do find it, try kicking the foot into the hand, opening up the shoulder. Maybe a little look up. Good, now we'll bring the right hand down to the mat. Keep that left leg straight out behind you, set the left toes down. We'll open up to Vashisthasana, side plank. So the left arm is reaching up to the ceiling. Stay right here, or if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, and float the left leg up. Maybe add the bind, bend the left knee, reach for that left foot, kick into the hand. If you want, you can turn it into a little bit of a heart opener as you open up for the ceiling. Good, start to slowly back out of that, coming back to hands and knees. Good, so finding that strong core engagement. This time we'll float the left arm out. Feel free to stay here, or then send that right leg back. So you'll keep checking in as we move through the next option of the pose. If you want a little extra challenge, then take that next step. But you can always back off if it doesn't feel comfortable, right? It just depends on what you want out of your practice. Okay, big breath in here. Then as we exhale, we're taking it all in. Knee toward the nose. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, finding the length. And exhale, round. Good, reach back out, stay here. Or see if you can find that foot, kick into the hand, look up, smile. All right, left hand down to the mat. So we're sending the right leg back now, opening up to the right side of the mat. To our side plank. So just trying to keep the hips nice and lifted here. Finding a comfortable spot to look. That may be down at the floor. If you did before, float that leg up. Or challenge yourself with the bind and the little baby heart opener. And start to make your way out of the pose, back through side plank, all the way down to child's pose. So slowing the breath down. So if child's pose isn't your favorite spot to rest, you can sit like I am here. You come to downward facing dog if you need a little more of a workout. All right, speaking of workouts, we're gonna get into some sun salutations now. Get the heart rate up, get some of that purifying heat going, cleansing heat. All right, so make your way now to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. On this first one, it's good to keep a deep bend in the knees, or really to start to warm up in whichever way feels best to you. But take your time here as you walk your feet slowly forward to the hands. We'll meet in Uttanasana, our forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, be back of the legs. Just want to make sure that you've got a nice tuck in the chin here. So the back of the neck is long. Good, soft bend in the knees, hand to the thighs, tuck your tailbone, and slowly make your way all the way up to standing at the top of the mat. Samasthiti, so our equal standing posture. We'll take a second here, just kind of check in. This is a really important pose for our whole practice. All right, so come up to the top of your mat, check down, make sure your feet are parallel to each other. That might be hip distance apart, maybe a little closer if it feels okay on the back. You want to feel really stable here. Okay, so then, once you got the feet all set up, you might close your eyes. Again, if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, energizer doesn't work great for your balance today, just gaze softly down the bridge of your nose. And bring your focus back to your breath. Now we found the breath again. You'll bring awareness to the soles of your feet. Right? Maybe do a little rock front to back, side to side. And then we want to land right in the center. Right? So we've got good equal weight distribution in all four corners of the foot. And then we want to think of moving energy down through the feet. So again, just like when we were seated, we have that strong connection to the floor. We're grounded, we're connected, we're safe and held. So it can help to do a little bit of a bend in the knees here. And like a little buoyancy here in the body. And then bending the knees can help you press down through the feet more. And as you press down through the feet more, feel yourself get a little bit taller. Okay, awareness again to the pelvic floor lifting, the low belly in and up. Shoulders down away from the ears, crown of the head reaching up. Exhale all of your breath out. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Palms meet and we'll look up to the thumbs. Then exhale, hinging forward from the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Next inhale, we'll lift up halfway. So the head is up here, the spine is long. You can have your hands on your shins or have fingertips on the floor. Right, so the gaze is slightly in front of you. Instead of having the head drop down, it's heavy. Let's keep it lifted. Okay, one more breath here. Then bend your knees, plant your hands, step back. We'll all meet in plank to start. So if you feel strong here in this full plank, take that. If you'd rather start on your knees, that's good too. So finding that nice long spine. Take one more breath wherever you are. Keep the gaze out in front of you. Bend your elbows. Challenge yourself here. Go slow. Keep the elbows hugging the rib cage. Lower to your belly. Tops of the feet come to the floor. Shoulder blades draw together and down the back as you peel the chest up off of the back. Good. Exhale. Press back to child's pose or go right to downward facing dog. 1. So we're here for a slow count of 5. 2. 3. 4. If you're in child's pose, come back to downward facing dog. 5. Exhale here, all of the breath out. Next inhale, feet come up to the hands. Lift up halfway. And exhale, fold forward, squeezing out all the breath. Inhale, press down through your feet as you rise up. Palms together, look up. Exhale, back to standing again. So right into the next sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Then exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower down with control. This time maybe only lowering halfway. Take that baby cobra again, or lift the thighs up off of the mat for upward facing dog. Then go back, downward facing dog or child's pose. And breathe. 1. 2. So the gaze is steady. 3. Find one spot to look at and keep your eyes there. 4. Back to downward facing dog if you're in child's pose. 5. Exhale all of the breath out. With energy, inhale, feet up to the hands, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Good, strong legs come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, back to standing. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale. Just letting this be a moving meditation. every time you breathe in, that's all you're doing. You're here in this moment. Exhale, go back and lower down. Full breath out. Inhale, pressing down through the hands. Thread the chest through. Then go back and rest. Downward facing dog or child's pose. Bring all of your awareness back to that strong, steady breath. 2, 3, 4, downward facing dog. 5, inhale, feet up to the hands. Lift up halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Good, come all the way up, reach up. And hands by the side. So we created a little bit of heat now, hopefully get into a fun little flow. So come up to the top of your mat. Bring the left hand to the waist. So first step here is to draw the right knee up. Working on our balance here, so make sure you have that steady drishti, so something out in front of you that's not moving. So the knee comes up, you can stay right here. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, reach down for the toe and try taking the leg straight. So you might be falling all over the place, coming in and out of this pose a ton, right? And that's good practice. For controlling the mind, right? We are only in control of the way we feel about the situation. So we can control our breath. Now, come back into whatever you can stand up to. So maybe your knee, maybe the leg. Then we'll try floating the arms out to the side as we keep that leg strong and straight. One more breath here. We're going to send the right leg back as we hinge from the hips, coming into warrior 3. So we're trying to keep the hips level here. And we're breathing. One more breath. Then exhale, full. Bring your hands down to the floor, coming into standing splits. Don't let the name scare you. You don't have to do splits upside down, right? We're just trying to keep the hips level. And we're folding. You can have your hands on books. Then once you get into it, you'll try to tuck your chin a little bit. Maybe fold just a bit deeper. Coming into Shiva squats now. So we'll bend the left knee, bend the right knee, cross the right knee back behind the left leg, and inhale up. Moving with the breath, exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Then send that right leg way back behind you. You'll come into a crescent lunge here. So the right heel is lifted up off of the mat. Float the arms up. Good. Inhale, straighten that left leg. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. One more time, all the way up. And exhale, lower down. Spin the right toes out. Open the arms up, warrior 2. So you can check in. Make sure that the hips are level here, and they're not. Right hips not lifted way up. Breathing. Good. Straighten that left leg out. If you'd like, you can scoot your right foot in just a little bit. It's a pretty wide stance. Coming into triangle pose. So the right arm is reaching straight up to the ceiling. You imagine that the entire back side of your body can press up against the wall behind you. Left hand can be on your shin, on a big book, on the floor, maybe even a chair. You're going to transition into a fun little balance here. So coming into half moon pose on the left side. Take a soft bend in the left knee. Reach that left hand out so that it's underneath the left shoulder. Lift the right foot up off of the floor, reach the right arm. So if you wanted to challenge yourself even more, you can see what happens if you try to grab the back foot. Don't worry if you fall. It's just yoga practice. Plus, there's probably nobody around to see, right? Do a little home practice. Good, bring that right foot to meet the left and fold forward, shake out your legs. Deep bend in the knees now, Utkatasana, reach the arms up. Sit a little lower. Right, we're all in this together. Float the arms out now, lift the heels up off of the mat. Start to straighten the legs. Woo. All right, hands to the floor, step back, take yourself through the vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing, and let's take a little breather. Child's pose, or downward facing dog. Or it might feel good to sit on the heels and bring a hand to heart center, a hand to your belly. Feel yourself breathing. Feel your body working for you. Right, so strong. Slow the breath down. Take 2 more slow, full rounds of breath. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Let's try a little hop here. As we inhale, bend the knees, look way out in front of you. Hop, float, feet up to the hands, lift halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Good, come all the way up, 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 and reach. Hands to the sides, Samasthiti. All right, we're gonna try that on the other side now. So we'll start by drawing the left knee in, right hand is on the waist. You can just stay right here. You wanna try the challenge. See if you can grab the toes and extend that leg out in front of you. Keep the chest up. All right, now we'll extend that left leg straight out in front, arms out to the sides. Then here we go, sending the left leg back, hinging at the hips, come into warrior 3. You can have your arms out to the sides, or if it feels better, bring hands into heart center. All right, left foot way back, coming into crescent lunge. So the left heel is lifted off of the mat here, and the hips are squared to the front of the mat. Palms are facing each other. Do it a couple of times, moving dynamically here. Inhale, straight legs, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Good, inhale up. And exhale, lower. One more time, all the way up. And exhale, lower down. So nice deep bend in that right knee. So keep the knee bent and open up the left foot to the side, warrior 2. The deeper you bend the knee, the more work we're getting here. Right, working the big muscles of the body, creating all of that heat. A little lower. Take the right leg straight. You can scoot your left foot in if you need to a little bit. Coming over into triangle pose. So if it's uncomfortable on your neck to look up, look down. We want the left shoulder stacked right over the right shoulder. So try to avoid folding into this pose just so you can get closer to the ground. Get lots more benefits here, stretching the back, low back and hips by opening up laterally. I'm going to take another deep breath. We're going to think about how we're going to transition so gracefully into our next posture. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So soft bend in the right knee, spring forward. Come into your pose, and then if you did before, you can try that challenge, reaching for the back foot. just gonna reach the arms up. Hands to heart center, sit a little lower. Coming into a twist now, twist to the right. Maybe hook that left elbow. Keep the knees bent, challenge yourself. Reach back up and exhale over to the left now. Pressing the hands together so much, they might line up right in the center of the torso. Good, inhale to center. Come on to the toes. Reach the arms out to the side. Try straightening your legs here. Hands to the floor. Step back. Lowering down now, all the way to the belly. Come onto the forearms. Moving into Sphinx. So you want to think of dragging the elbows back towards your heels. Shoulders away from the ears. Little chance to slow the breath down. And we'll look all the way over the right shoulder. And all the way over the left. Then press back to child's pose. And slow it down. So you're bringing all of your awareness back to your breath now. Make your way back to downward facing dog. We'll lift the right leg up high. First, three-legged downward facing dog. So hips are squared. Maybe circle out that right foot and ankle. And we'll take a nice deep bend in the right knee. Just starting to drop the right foot back behind you. Don't go all the way. So we're just enjoying that nice deep stretch in the right hip flexor. You can gaze underneath the right arm. And now, if you want to keep going, right foot comes all the way to the floor. We'll flip over for a wild thing. Good, come back and around. We'll lift the right leg up high, and we'll take it into our pigeon pose. So we're drawing the right knee back behind the right wrist. The right foot is over to the left side of the mat. If there is any pain, then try taking your right knee in a lot closer to you, right? There should never be any pain. So if you need a little more sensation, you can scooch that foot away from you a little bit more, working on getting the shin closer to parallel with the front of the mat. So deep breath in, sit up tall, and then exhale, come into the fold. So find a spot where you can relax the upper body completely. And then just scan your body here. Where can you release tension? Where can you soften and surrender into the pose just a bit more? You're on your forearms, start to come back to your hands. Transition very mindfully here back to downward facing dog. So I always say the transitions are just as important as the pose themselves. So you need to be nice and mindful here. Tuck the back toes. Maybe we engage the pelvic floor, sweep the low belly in and up. Right, notice every little stretch as you come to downward facing dog. Good, left side, inhale. Three-legged downward facing dog. Now bend that left knee, using the weight of your leg here, just opening up the left side. Then you can keep going all the way over, wild thing. And come back and around. Three-legged down dog. Then draw that knee forward behind the left wrist. So finding your pose here on this side. Being really mindful that one side might be very different from the other side. So we're not just flinging ourselves into the pose and hoping for the best, right? We're breathing, we're noticing as we move here. And then settle in. Get comfy. Awareness back to the breath. Starting to come mindfully back to the hands. So I'll take another breath or two. Downward facing dog. Stretch out the legs. And come all the way through. So a big bend in the knees. Zoom right on through. Legs straight out in front of you into Dandasana. So we'll bring hands by the sides. The fingertips point forward. Shoulder blades together and down. Close your eyes and check in here with the bandhas. So that lift in the pelvic floor, low belly in and up, slight tuck in the chin so the back of the neck is long. Good, inhale, reach forward for your shins, for your toes, maybe strap, and fold. So in this fold, you want to try to keep as much length in the spine as possible. So we're thinking up and out and hinging from the hips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the pose. Keep the left leg extended straight out in front of you. Draw the right knee in. So close off that knee joint. Take the right knee out to the side for Janu Shirsasana, sorry, seated tree pose. If you'd like to have a little support under the right knee, you can stick a pillow there or your big book. Then we're reaching back for the left foot or shin and folding. So you want to think of finding a slight twist here. So you're trying to line up the belly button with the left thigh. Inhale, straighten your arms as you look out. And exhale, release. We'll stay on the same side now. We'll draw that right knee in. Give yourself a little bit of space between the foot and the thigh, about a hand's distance apart, so we can keep that right knee pointing straight up to the ceiling as we move into Marichyasana C, so our seated twist here. You want to keep both hips pointing forward. This one's going to want to go with you. We're going to keep hips forward as we twist from the spine and gaze over the right shoulder. So you can hug that right knee, you can hook your elbow. And there's very little weight on the back hand. You keep breathing here. Next, exhale, twist just a little deeper, all of the breath out. Good, inhale, look forward. And exhale, release, taking it through a vinyasa here. So cross the ankles, roll forward, inhale to plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, push to the hands, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, come all the way through to seated. This time we'll keep the right leg straight out in front of us, coming into our seated tree pose on the other side. So the left knee comes in and then out. We're really actively pressing the foot against the inner thigh. Reach forward for the shin or foot and fold. Get a little more length in the spine here in this last breath. Then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release, pull the left knee in. Find that space between the foot and inner thigh. Nice and tall, lengthen the spine. And twist over to the left now. So we have to work a little bit harder to get the breath as deep as we did before. When we're twisted, it takes a little more focus. But can you find that space for the breath? Filling up all the way with each inhale. And exhale, empty out every last breath, a drop of breath. Good, one more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Unwind, reach forward, take a full vinyasa, or option to just take two very mindful, seated breaths. Bend the knees, look forward, come all the way through Navasana. So coming into boat pose here, you can keep your toes on the floor and grab onto the back of the legs if you like. You just want to have that spine nice and long, chest up, breathing. And we'll cross the ankles, plant the hands, lift the hips, maybe the feet too. Lower back down. One more. Good, let's lower all the way down onto our backs, preparing for back bend. So we'll take 3 rounds of bridge today. So remember that our back bends are super energizing, so it really depends on what you want and need from your practice at this point. If you'd like to have a little more restorative option, take your cushion, or not, but we'll just do a modified bridge here and hang out like this. Or you're working on your full wheel. So that full back bend where just your hands and feet are on the floor. Okay, so go lift up your hips for the first one. So if you're doing the restorative option, you don't have to go up and down. You can just hang out there, enjoy, rest. One more breath, lower down. Okay, for the next one, you might challenge yourself to go a little deeper or go all the way up into that full wheel. So you can do hands to the low back. Maybe practice the arms by bringing your arms up by your shoulders. One more breath. Then lower all the way down, preparing for that last back bend. Okay, ready? Let's go. All the way up. And lower back down. Good job. Release your back in your favorite way. So you could do knees into the chest or take happy baby here. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side on the spine. Okay, we're going to come into a reclined twist here. So option to keep both knees bent, or you can straighten one leg or maybe both. So you're going to take the knees over to the right and then send that left arm over to the left and gaze over your left shoulder. So sometimes it feels nice to do legs straight and like arm out at a diagonal. Really just explore here and listen to your body. One more full round of breath here, nice and slow, in through the nose. And exhale all of the breath out. Bring your knees back into center. Take a moment here with a neutral spine. A nice slow breath in. And we're twisting with the exhale. So now the breath is starting to slow down. You might find that it's easier for your mind to wander here. So as you notice those thoughts start to creep in again, notice them, let them go. Continue to bring your awareness back to your breath. It's not easy, but it's a practice. You get better and better at it. The more we do it, more slower on the breath. And exhale, knees into the chest. You can stay right here on the floor or take a little vinyasa. Start to rock yourself up and down on the spine. Inhaling to plank. And exhale, lower to the push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So now we have time for one inversion today. Since you're at home, I would really recommend doing legs up the wall. Scoot yourself over to your wall. Scoot your hips right up to the wall. Put your legs straight up the wall. This is a great thing to do at the end of the day. And it can really help just release any anxiety, any stress, tension. So that's a good one to do if you're watching this video at the end of the day. If you need something a little more energizing, you can always take a shoulder stand or a supported shoulder stand. So for that, you can grab your cushion again, whatever you have, place it under the low back and just hang out with the feet straight up. Or you can peel the whole back up off of the mat, coming all the way up for shoulder stand. Also, if it's in your practice, you could take headstand. Maybe if you've been practicing headstand in class, you just put a whole bunch of pillows around you and try that out now. And keep breathing wherever you are. If you took shoulder stand, it might feel nice to move through Halasana, plow pose, for the rest of the sequence if you know it. So instead of Shavasana today, which I still recommend that you do at the end of this practice after I end the video, we're going to do a little quick guided meditation. So a couple more breaths wherever you're at in your inversion, and then we'll come and meet back together at seated. You can also lay down for this meditation, and then move right into Shavasana. For Shavasana, I recommend at least 5 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes is kind of where the magic happens. All right, good. Let's meet back at seated now. Go ahead and get comfortable here. Close your eyes. You can also be sitting in a chair for this. So we'll sit up tall. Hands are resting on the knees or in the lap. And we'll start with a few rounds of just breath work, pranayama. And then I will give you a mantra. We'll say it a couple times together and then we'll end the video. This is a really good mantra that's been helping me a ton lately. I've been saying it all the time, and it's pretty amazing how powerful our thoughts are and our minds are. So we're gonna put some good thoughts in there. Okay, starting with the breath now. Wherever you're at in your breath, exhale, empty out completely. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sit up a little taller. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now continue to breathe this way on your own here. Steady, rhythmic breath. to repeat to yourself this mantra. My breath is calm. My mind is calm. My body is healthy. My breath is calm. My mind is calm. My body is healthy. My breath is calm. My mind is calm. And my body is healthy. I invite you to stay seated in your meditation as long as you'd like. When you're ready, lower down your Shavasana. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today and allowing me to guide your practice at home. Take care of yourself. Namaste.